Hi, Kaylee. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. So today we are just having a little talk about some things for your nutrition. So I was wondering if you wanted to focus more on your like your nutritional health or your physical health today.
I'm thinking I'd like to focus more on nutrition. I'm pretty active on a daily basis, so I think I just need a little bit more help picking out some healthier options.
Okay, good. So just some help picking out healthier options. I can
hmm
definitely help you with that today. So, what do you think overall brought you here today and you're hoping to get out of this appointment?
well, I've started going to the gym a lot more recently. So I tend to be a lot hungrier, obviously, because I'm working out all the time. So I feel like I need to add more substance to my diet, but I'm not really sure how to choose the healthiest way to do that.
Okay, so we're focusing more on like what you're eating and how to get those nutritional
Yes.
benefits. Okay. So today I think we're going to start with just a bit of an assessment to hear more about your nutritional your where you stand right now for your nutrition and where you kind of want to go with that. So I'm going
Good.
to share my screen and we will get started with that assessment. Oop,
Awesome.
can you see that? I'm not sure what it looks like.
Yeah, I can see that just fine.
Okay. So I have a goals and readiness assessment.
Mhm.
So you kind of went over the reason why you wanted to visit today, which is
Mhm.
you're just picking healthier options and getting more nutritional benefits for the amount that you're working out. And what would you say that your goals are for your food and nutrition?
I'm not totally sure at the moment, but I think
That's
I
okay.
know I would like to get a little bit better at grocery shopping and picking out things that I need and being able to make that last for the week. Because I do like to cook, but I don't have a whole bunch of time. So I think most of my help I need is just picking the right foods.
Okay, so picking the right foods and kind of balancing time.
hmm
Yeah, okay. And what would you say that your overall health goals are?
Um, just I don't know. I definitely have been working out a lot more just for general appearance reasons that I want to look better, but I'd also like to start eating better because I know that it's important for my physical health. I don't have any underlying health conditions or anything that runs in the family, but I'd like my body to be as healthy as possible.
Okay. So you'd say that you started your health journey for appearance reasons, but you want to work in more of the nutritional value and the overall health aspect to that.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, perfect. And do you have three things that you would have to change about your nutrition habits and your health?
Um, Let me think about that. I think definitely one thing that I would like to change is my snacking. Um, I have a tendency to once I start, I don't stop. Um, or like after dinner, I always have to have some kind of dessert, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but it's something that I could use a little moderation.
Yeah.
Um, let's see, another thing that I would like to change, hmm, is probably just eating more at better times.
Okay.
I have a pretty busy schedule because I'm a student and I work as well. And the hours that I have school and work are just so off that when I do eat, it's like either super early in the morning, or super late at night. So I need to manage my time a little better, I think.
Okay, so time management is something that
Definitely.
has become a habit that you would like to change. Okay.
Yeah. And then one more thing would probably just be um my ability to know when I'm full. I tend to wait until I'm totally starving to eat. And then I eat so quickly that I fill up super fast and I don't notice until my whole plate's gone. Then I realize that I'm so full, I feel like I'm going to explode.
Okay, we can definitely talk about that. I think I might have some tips and tricks that can help you.
Awesome.
Okay, and for the next question, your what would you say your biggest challenges are to reach your nutrition goals?
I think the biggest issue is definitely time.
Time? Okay.
Yeah.
So time management is important to you. And as you said, you're a student and you work. So it's a little tricky to figure that out sometimes. And in the past, have you tried any diets or dieting behaviors related to nutritional goals?
Um so right when quarantine started about a year, I wanted to kind of get a better handle on what I ate, but I think I really approached it in the wrong way. So I was like calorie counting a lot, which just ended up being super unhealthy. And after I stopped that, I did that for like a couple months and I was not eating enough at all. I lost a bunch of weight. And then when I came back to school, after quarantine, I had no control over what I ate at all. So then I was eating too much. So dieting is not really my forte.
Okay, yeah. So you would say that you tried some dieting behaviors and they just didn't work out, but you reevaluated and started to try and figure out things that were better for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, and then we're actually going to skip the rest of that. Okay, so now let's find something that we would like to focus on for the rest of this session. So I have a circle chart that I can pull up that will be able to give you a few options of things that you might want to talk about. Okay, let me share that. Okay. Oop, how do I make this big? Okay, so this is the circle chart I have for today. So just to kind of go over the items I have on here, I have a circle about balancing food and exercise. So just kind of creating a better balance for working out and what you're eating. And then honoring your hunger. I have a balancing cravings and nutrition, getting all of the necessary nutrients that you need to maintain a healthy body and a healthy lifestyle, intuitive eating, working on positive self talk, the food police voice, and an other bubble.
Okay. Um, I think I'd like to start with honoring your hunger. I feel like I struggle with that a lot.
Okay, and do you have any previous knowledge on honoring your hunger?
No, not very much.
Okay, so honoring your hunger is basically just listening to your body, and if it's telling you that it's hungry, then you would think about how hungry it is. You can maybe rate it on a hunger, fullness and hunger scale, and just figuring out what would be the best food for you to eat during that time, but also honoring what your body wants or what your mind wants. And if that's something sweet, maybe just having a sweet treat to honor your hunger, because it's been found that not honoring your hunger can actually lead to creating a binge cycle or just having feelings of regret after eating something that you may not have wanted to eat.
Okay.
So that's that. So I'm going to stop sharing this now and then we can go to this. So So, how would you describe your, if I were to say, how hungry are you from a scale of 1 to 10? Would you say that you could evaluate that well and really hone in on a number, or would you really have to think about it?
I think it would take me a minute to think about it. Um, but like if you were to ask me right now, I would say I'm probably like a 5, like a pretty neutral area.
Okay, so neutral. And would you say that would you wait until you're hungry to eat next, or are you going to eat at maybe a certain time or after you finish a few things?
Um, I try to get everything. Food is kind of tends to be my last priority. So after all my classes and stuff, and then after this meeting, I would probably just try to cram in like a quick dinner, um, before I go to the gym or something. So I would probably wait until I'm like a 4 or 3.
Okay, and what would you say would is partaking in this decision to cram in a meal so that you can get more things done throughout the day?
I think it's just the way that I have things prioritized. Food has always been less of like an enjoyment factor for me and more of like just fuel.
Okay.
So it's kind of just something that I would like cook up some pasta really quick and maybe put like some garlic salt on it or like nothing fancy at all. Just something that would hold me over until I can get to the gym.
Okay, so you would say prioritizing food is not your top priority.
Yeah, but I think it should be, and I would like it to be higher up on my list.
Okay, so you would like that to change. Do you have any ideas of how you would want to change that or what you could do to change that?
I think something that would really help me change it could be like knowing what and how to cook so that it's more of a reward when I do eat instead of just throwing something in my mouth and running out the door.
Okay, so knowing how to cook and kind of finding that satisfying factor to food and not just having it be fuel. Okay.
Yeah.
Would you say that there's any positives to your current habits of eating and honoring your hunger?
Um right now I think the one thing that I do really enjoy about my eating habits is that it's quick and it's easy. Um, I don't plan much, but I also don't have very much variety. So every time I go to the grocery store, I get the same 3 meals and I eat them all week long. Um, it gets a little boring, but I like that it's super easy for me to do and it doesn't take too much time.
Okay, so you would say that it fits your schedule and it fits your lifestyle and it
Yeah, definitely.
okay, and would what would you say that the negatives to your current eating habits are? Or some things that
Um,
you just really want to fix?
I would say it's boring. um, but yeah, what I'd really like to fix is just knowing when to eat and how much to eat. Um, I don't portion size at all or anything. I kind of eyeball what I'm feeling, but I tend to be so hungry while I'm cooking that I make too much food and then I feel like I need to finish the whole bowl of food or the whole plate. And then by the time I'm done, I'm just way overstuffed.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay, so just trying to learn how to not only create different meals, but it's just you feel the need to finish all of the plate instead of noticing when your body feels full or that it's time to finish eating.
Yeah, I definitely have an issue with I never save food. Like I never have a leftover. I always have to eat the whole thing. So that's definitely an issue for me.
Okay, so I think that I would like to pull up a handout to see if we can provide you just with a bit more information outside of this meeting.
Okay.
I'm going to give you a handout for tuning into your hunger and fullness. So I'm going to share my screen just to give you an overview of this handout. So I picked this one today because I think that not only is learning how to honor your hunger important, but it's tuning into the hunger and fullness, which would be able to better equip you to honor that hunger. So this is the handout, and it's tuning into your hunger and fullness, and
Mm-hmm.
it shows you a scale, and it just provides you with a bit more information. So there's that, and you could look over that later if that's something that interests you.
Yeah, I think that's definitely something that I'd be interested in.
Okay. So I feel that we've learned a lot today, or well, I've learned a lot about you. And so basically, you feel that you would like to get more nutrients and slightly better at eating because you are picking up your active lifestyle, but you don't necessarily have the time all the time to create these new fun eating ideas, and you find yourself just going back to the same 3 or 4 meals every time. Okay, so I would like, if you would like, we can create sort of an experiment to help plan how to better go about this process of figuring out how to honor your hunger more.
Sure.
So I think that the next time you go to the grocery store, you should try not to get those 3 or 4 meals and try and
Mhm.
figure out something else. What would you say some other meals are that interest you that would work in with your schedule?
Um, I don't know. It would have to be something that would definitely fill me up for a good
Okay.
period of time. I usually try to have like a starch, a protein, and a fruit or vegetable in most of what I make. Um, so yeah, maybe I could do like a more exciting like pasta dish or like a stir fry or something.
Okay, interesting. Yeah. It
Yeah.
seems like you have a pretty good understanding of the different food groups and how they react with the body.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that will be able to help you picking out more nutrient based foods.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so next time you go to the grocery store, try picking out those foods. And I'd say maybe at least switching up a few meals once a week or
Mm-hmm.
twice a week, just to give yourself a better opportunity to broaden your nutritional horizon.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds like something I could definitely do.
Okay, yeah, so you're interested. What would you say your kind of downfalls would be with this experiment?
Oof, probably like trying to find the time to find new recipes. Um and then being able to find that in the store. It's pretty easy for me right now to just go into Trader Joe's and go to the 4 aisles that I know where
Yeah.
everything is. Um so yeah, it would just be a little bit more time consuming, but I don't think it should take too long. Um just to figure out a couple more recipes or a couple more things that I could add to the recipes that I already have.
Okay, so the time aspect again
Mhm.
is something that you would be worried about. And what would you say is kind of the factor to this time? Like, what would you do? Is there just not enough time in the day, or you would rather spend time doing other things?
I
Is
think
it
it's
something, could you make more time?
I think yeah, I think I could definitely make more time. Um Typically my day's pretty busy, but I definitely have a lot of downtime at night after dinner that I kind of just like hang out and don't really do much with. And like I tend to wake up in the morning just for class. I wake up and then I hit snooze 3 times until I absolutely have to get up. Um, so yeah, I could probably, if I got up a little bit earlier, then that would definitely be a better possibility for me.
Okay. And would you, so waking up earlier, would
Mhm.
you say that with your downtime at night, you would be able to meal plan, or is that something you're interested in?
Yeah, yeah, that's something I could definitely do, like, just as I'm watching TV or something with my roommates. I could definitely think a little bit more about what I'm eating or maybe even look up some recipes or something.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea, filling some downtime with just thought of how to better your food intake. Okay,
Mhm.
so it seems like we have a plan, and it seems like we went over a few things about honing in on your honoring your hunger and fullness scale. So I think that should just about cover it. Is there any more questions you have for me today?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, cool. So I'm going to end the meeting, and it was nice to chat with you.
You too, thank you so much.
Mhm.